Well, good morning. I just took a tour of the brand new offices of On Deck Capital, which is a small business lender and tech company that was formed in New York City, I'm happy to say, back in 2007. And it turns out that the CEO and I come from the same place. Were you born in Brookline?
I was born in Brookline, Massachusetts.
We were born in the same city, and then we went to one of the same schools. Slight age difference, but we won't talk about that. On Deck, you should know, provides short-term loans of up to $150,000 for small businesses. They lend to restaurants and retailers and repair shops, beauty salons, and all the kinds of small businesses that form the backbone of our city's economy. And On Deck has provided more than $10 million in loans to New York City businesses and about $400 million to businesses across the country. What's unique about On Deck is the way they've used technology to make it easier than ever for small businesses to access the capital that they need to grow and to thrive. Traditionally, when businesses apply for small loans, banks base their decisions to lend or not to lend on the personal credit scores of the business owners, just as they would do if somebody came in and looked for an individual loan. That really doesn't provide a full picture, however, of a business financial prospects, and that means that some businesses that probably should be getting approval for loans don't get approved. And that's where the On Deck model comes in. Instead of just looking at credit scores, On Deck technology mines a much wider collection of financial data and other information about applicants, and that includes companies' cash flows and business performance, the number of customers they have, even things like social media reviews and public records. In fact, On Deck uses hundreds of different pieces of data to give a much more complete picture of a business's financial health than lenders usually see, and that enables On Deck to make loans to small businesses that might otherwise have gotten overlooked or rejected by traditional lenders. On Deck's technology makes the process of borrowing capital much faster and easier for businesses. Businesses can do the entire loan application process online and have loans electronically deposited directly into their accounts in as little as 2 days. This is good for the investors and employees of On Deck, and it's also good for people who are getting loans and able to start businesses and employ lots of other people. This is what our economy is all about. I do remember when I started my business, one person one day, and the second day we jumped enormous percentage to 4 people, which we stayed at it for a while. It was a big percentage change, but there's nothing more thrilling than a small business, and small businesses are the backbone of our economy. That's where the real growth and employment has been. And so something like On Deck really does help the entire economy all across the country. On Deck's tech-savvy model has been great for these small businesses, and people are noticing. Recently, On Deck was named one of Forbes 100 most promising companies in America, and we're glad that it's chosen to grow here in New York City. And today we're happy to help On Deck open its expanded New York City offices. I've always said that my company never would have been remotely as successful had we started anyplace else. Companies that really want to grow where intellectual capital is important want to go where the supply of intellectual capital is plentiful and top quality. And that's cities that are very diverse and have growing economies and low crime and lots of cultural institutions and natural resources like parks and rivers and things like that. And when it comes to intellectual capital, then a fun place to live and to work. This is the Big Apple, and if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. So we really do attract the best people, and companies can benefit from that. This company has increased its number of employees here from 90 to 150, creating 60 new jobs for New Yorkers. Most of these new jobs are in programming and data science, which are very good-paying jobs. The city's growing tech center is creating more and more of these jobs every day, and we're doing everything that we can to help accelerate that growth. Companies like On Deck are a big reason why during our administration we've hit a new high in private sector jobs in the city. There are more people working in New York City today than ever before in history, and it's why in 2013 we continue to outpace the nation as a whole in private sector job creation. We're working hard to connect New Yorkers with the skills that they need to compete for the jobs, good jobs our tech center is creating. And that includes everything from bringing more coding and computer science instruction to public middle and high schools, to the Link initiative we announced this week, which offers low-income New Yorkers hands-on experience in learning digital skills. Our We Are Made in New York campaign also helps New Yorkers learn tech skills and find jobs at tech companies that are based in New York. And On Deck is one of over 900 tech companies that is made in New York, and you can learn more about job openings here by visiting New York City. If you take a look at the number of different industries where we're really growing and leading, it goes from the tech center, where I think it's still safe to say there's more tech in Silicon Valley, but we are catching up very rapidly. But when you come to fashion, we have double the number of fashion houses of Paris. We are the fashion capital of the world. When it comes to finance, I don't think there's any argument about that, or media, and a lot of these industries, biosciences. New York City is where it's happening. It's growing very rapidly. And once you get momentum going for you, the prospects of growing for a very long while and very rapidly are really very good as we get more and more in a technological world where people can find out what's going on. There's this communications and an ability to move back and forth that never existed before. And so momentum is probably more important now than ever before. Our tech sector creates things that we like jobs and tax revenues. It spurs innovations that improve our lives and draws the best and the brightest. On Deck is a great example of all of that. But it also shows how New York tech companies are revolutionizing the industries that have long been at the heart of the city, like the financial services industry. We have to work to make sure that we keep going in all of these different industries. And I don't think there's any argument that a strong tech sector is going to be crucial to keeping us the center of global finance and all of these other industries. We live in a world where there's a new disruptive technology created every single day. And it's pretty hard to find any industry where there isn't the potential for great change in the immediate future. I was getting a haircut last week talking to my barber saying, well, your business, you don't have to worry about technology change. And then I thought to myself, the days of you walking up, sticking your head into a machine and coming out with a perfect haircut probably are right around the corner. You can laugh about it, but it's certainly true today. You can walk into a booth, turn around 3 times to the left and walk out, and out of a machine comes a clothing, a dress, or a pair of jeans or something perfectly tailored to your shape. And nobody would have thought that is possible. You'd be really hard-pressed, if you think about it, to find an industry where you can literally say, I bet my life there's not going to be something coming along and changing things dramatically. The financial services is obviously one of those things. When I came to New York, down on Wall Street after 5 o'clock at night, the only people that were on the streets were messengers who had these boxes about this high on wheels, and they went to the banks. Every single security went to the bank overnight for financing, came back in the morning, and one of my first jobs was counting the coupons on every one of those bonds. Today, obviously, that's all electronic. And to show you how things change, downtown in the Wall Street area today is one of the great residential neighborhoods in New York City. It's growing leaps and bounds, and people are moving in. You see baby strollers and Whole Foods and things that just literally didn't happen. People are on the streets at 10, 11 o'clock at night. So neighborhoods change as well as technology, and small firms are leading all of it. And these are reasons why our administration really is working so hard to keep the tech sector and all of these other sectors thriving in our cities. We have angel funds, we have incubators, we try to connect people one with another. And I did want to congratulate On Deck and its new offices, wish them much success as they continue to grow here in our city. We will do everything we can to help your businesses. And you're going to provide the wherewithal by making a lot of money and paying a lot of taxes, and we like that. Now, today I'm joined by the city's Chief Digital Officer, Rachel Hout. Who knew that you could have a Chief Digital Officer? But we created one a while ago, and she really has been a godsend to us. She's helped us nurture and grow the tech sector and find new ways to tap the sector's potential to help other industries and other companies, but also find ways where we as a city can help them. So, Rachel, she's also taller than me, in case you haven't noticed.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. It's so exciting to be here today to congratulate OnDeck on their expansion. Not only are they a fantastic tech company that is made in New York City, they are also helping to support so many small businesses, which, as the mayor said, are the backbone of New York City's economy. I think that there's no question New York City is clearly a tech town. Earlier this week, CNN published a report citing figures from Dice.com, one of the top job sites for tech jobs, that showed that New York City is the #1 city right now in the country for IT jobs. That's including Silicon Valley. And that's because, as the mayor said, we're seeing that many different industries are going digital and being modernized. And as all of these industries, which really are at the heart of driving New York City's economy, modernize and evolve, we're seeing that there's even more tech jobs being created there. And of course, in the tech sector itself, last year in 2012, there was over $8.3 billion worth of tech acquisitions here in New York City. And we continue to grow even when in other parts of the country we're not there is not necessarily that same level of growth. Between 2007 and 2011, New York City was the only area, including Silicon Valley, London, Tel Aviv, other regions, that saw an increase in venture funding. Everywhere else there was a decline. So clearly this is happening. OnDeck is more evidence of that. And if you still need yet more evidence, all you need to do is go to wearemadeinnewyork.com, referencing and showing the economic development initiative that Mayor Bloomberg and Commissioner Oliver that we launched about a month ago, that highlights that there are over 900 tech companies today that are headquartered in New York City. That means they're developed, they're coded, they're built here in New York City, and they're hiring for thousands and thousands of jobs. OnDeck is one of them, and we know that it's important to recognize that and make New Yorkers aware of all these job opportunities. And we also know that it's important to make sure that everyone sees a way to enter this industry. So that website also highlights how you can learn about tech, whether it's free library classes to become more tech literate, or whether it's the Small Business Digital Toolkit. I was speaking earlier with James from OnDeck about how we share this mission of providing small businesses with tech tools that help them to grow. And if you already do have a company, of course, on the site we also point to a large number of resources from Small Business Services and the Economic Development Corporation, everything from government contracts for women and minority-owned businesses to grants of up to $400,000 to modernize your own workforce. So clearly there is an enormous amount of growth there. And of course, you can also find a job by filtering for Made in New York tech companies at companies just like OnDeck, and they are clearly hiring, as they noted earlier. So once again, very happy to congratulate OnDeck, and we're just so proud to have you here in New York City. Thank you.
Rachel, thank you. Another thing that should give you great comfort, business begets business, and you have to have the right labor supply. And the fact that Cornell won the competition to build a postgraduate engineering school here on Roosevelt Island, that's coming along. We've got to get all the people out of the hospital there by the end of the year, and we're on schedule, and Cornell has some phenomenal plans. They know how to raise money, they know how to run things, their faculty is excited, their students are excited, and then along with that you've got NYU with Carnegie Mellon, another great two engineering schools, and 3 overseas universities in a consortium to expand the educational opportunities here. Columbia is expanding their engineering school. So the more people that go to school here, the more business there will be, the more employees. All of this builds on each other, and I think it's the prospect here for this city to really become the #1 tech city in the world is great. Noah Breslow is the CEO of OnDeck. Noah, thank you for hosting us today, and he's going to talk for an hour and a half.
Thank you. Mayor Bloomberg did such a nice job of describing what our company does. I'm not sure what I have to do up here, but we'll give it a shot. I think for those of us in this room who have been here since 2007, this is a pretty surreal and a pretty exciting day for all of us, from our first office in 1,500 square feet on the Upper East Side to the 22,000 square foot office we're in today. It really is a testament to, I think, a lot of hard work by a lot of people, and we sincerely appreciate it. Why are we here? What is OnDeck all about? We're an innovative small business lender. We offer short-term working capital of up to $150,000 to small businesses. And these businesses typically have fewer than 25 employees. Our mission is to leverage technology to help these small business owners, who are really the backbone of the U.S. economy and job creation, quickly and easily get the financing they deserve. Just like Amazon.com revolutionized online shopping by allowing you to buy what you wanted, when you wanted it, OnDeck is changing the way small businesses grow by allowing them to access capital to grow their business online. They never have to leave their place of work. They can get approved in hours and sometimes minutes, and they can get their loans funded the next day. This is all made possible because these businesses are generating 100 times as much electronic data as they were 20 years ago. The proprietary and technology and credit models that we've developed here at OnDeck use this data to underwrite loans based on the true health of a business, allowing us to extend credit where traditional institutions cannot. To date, we've deployed over $400 million nationally, creating thousands of jobs in the process. Here in the tri-state area, we've actually loaned $65 million and about $14 million here in New York City alone. These businesses are in hundreds of different industries. We have about 700 in our portfolio in total, including restaurants, retailers, healthcare providers, service businesses, and light manufacturers. New York City is an awesome place to start a company. I've been working in the startup community in New York for over 10 years, and it's hard to overstate the amount of positive change that's happened here under the mayor's leadership. The entire startup ecosystem has grown by leaps and bounds. Venture capital investment, incubators and educational programs, and STEM education, science, technology, engineering, math, has really flourished here both at the college level and at the secondary level with the full support of the mayor's administration. It's hard to imagine starting a financial technology company like OnDeck anywhere else besides New York. It's really been the perfect place to start and grow this business. But enough about OnDeck. Let's get back to what we're passionate about, which is helping small businesses grow. To celebrate the opening of our new headquarters, we'd like to officially announce the start of our New York Let's Grow Together contest, where small businesses in New York City are eligible for a $10,000 first place prize and a $5,000 second place prize, and all these businesses have to do is tell us how that prize money can help their business grow. And business owners can check out our Facebook page for more details and to learn how to enter. Finally, I'd just like to thank Mayor Bloomberg and his team once again for being here today. And now I'm actually pleased to introduce one of our customers, Joe Curiello, owner of the Dirty Bird Fried Chicken restaurants downtown. And let me tell you, we went there for dinner the other night, and it's fantastic food. So I highly recommend you all check it out, to talk about his experience obtaining funding to build his business. Joe?
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you for having me, and congratulations to OnDeck for the beautiful new offices. My name is Joe Cirillo.
Oh, sorry.
Cirillo. And I'm the founder and president of Dirty Bird To Go. We're a New York City chicken shack located on 14th Street, and our new shop is down in Tribeca on Chambers Street. Dirty Bird is a healthier takeout delivery version of fast food. All our chickens are free range, no growth hormones, no antibiotics. So what we're trying to offer is just a fresher, healthier way to eat in a hurry. I know we started Dirty Bird because New Yorkers especially pay a lot more attention to what they're putting into their bodies, and we wanted to be able to tell them, hey, if you're ordering delivery, you know that this chicken is the best quality that you can get for yourself. And that's where we began. We started almost about the same time as OnDeck, back spring 2006. We're going to be 7 years old next month. In textbook fashion, about fifth year, we started to make a profit, and we were thinking about opening up a second store. Went the traditional route to the bank, and there was no love. Although we felt our numbers were strong, and we had the confidence to take the next step, there was still no love. I found OnDeck. Funny story, I was at the vet and waiting to take one of my beagles in, and a rep from OnDeck came in to speak with the veterinarian, and I overheard them, and I saw the clouds open. And I said, you're speaking to this small business owner. I happen to be a small business owner. May I have your card? And from there, they did their due diligence. I did mine. They put the money together for me. We found this space down on Chambers Street between West Broadway and Greenwich, and we're really excited to be part of the revitalization and the rebirth of downtown Manhattan. And I want to thank OnDeck for their support. We started with the first loan. As many of you know, most projects go over budget. We did 2 times, so I'm on my third loan with OnDeck. As of today, we're 64% paid off, with I think like 48 days left in real time, and I can check it every day, which I do. And I also on a personal note, as he mentioned, they had a team meeting down at, came to visit us personally. So it's not just about finances, it's about relationships, and I appreciate that. And congratulations and the best. And Mr. Mayor, you are in our delivery zone.
Thank you very much. If I got to place an order right now. I'm just looking to see whether I can afford it. I love buttermilk dipped fried chicken. Can I get that with some yellow mustard? Okay. I do remember when I started my company and going every 2 weeks, I had to put some more money into the company to meet the payroll. At the beginning, it was fun. In the middle, it was scary. At the end, it was fun again. But that was a long time ago. We do have with us the Executive Director of EDC, Kyle Kimball. Kyle, wave your hand. Thank you for everything you do. You mentioned, New Yorkers pay more attention to what they put into their bodies. New Yorkers are more health conscious than most places around this country, which is why life expectancy in New York City is today almost 3 years greater than the average across America. So if any of you have friends and relatives that you really care about that live elsewhere, I cannot guarantee that everyone will live 3 years longer, but I can guarantee that on average they will. And if you have enough friends, they'll all benefit. I did want to introduce for a few words a new state senator, Brad Hoylman. Hoylman. Why did you want to be a state senator? Congratulations. All kidding aside, I would urge all of you at some time in your career, nothing wrong with being in the private sector and making some money. As a matter of fact, my suggestion, if you want to go into public service, is first become a billionaire, then go into public service. The ability to make a difference and do some public service really is very satisfying. And Senator, we're happy to have you on board.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I wish you would have given me that advice before I ran, but nevertheless, I just wanted to welcome Noah to the neighborhood. It's a great asset on the west side that we have burgeoning businesses like On Deck, and I love the virtuous circle that you're basically providing here by helping small businesses. You were telling me that the average loan is $30,000, and yes, I do take takeout because I do live in your neighborhood in Dirty Bird, so it's a wonderful restaurant. I highly recommend it. But I wanted to close by saying to the mayor that this is just another example of his legacy in sparking entrepreneurship across the city, and I'm so glad that it's happening here in this neighborhood. The fact that there's so many young people moving to New York City to be part of companies like this, and the talent in this room is palpable, speaks to the mayor and Rachel and Kyle's strategy to attract talent to New York City. So on behalf of my constituents, thank you so much, Mr. Mayor.
Brad, thank you. Do a good job for us. Let me just summarize for our Spanish-speaking New Yorkers who are going to watch this on television. On Deck es una empresa que usa tecnología para ayudar a los negocios pequeños tener acceso a préstamos. Hoy están abriendo nuevas oficinas aquí en Nueva York, añadiendo unos 60 trabajos para noriqueños y que nos ayudarán a seguir siendo el líder en crecimiento económico en la nación. And with that, I just wanted to wish you all the best. I'm going to check my schedule and see if I can stop by. How far to Dirty Bird from here?
From here?
Yeah.
There's the 14th. If you want to go to Tribeca, you can hop on the 2-3.
I could do that. But if I want to walk, if I want to walk, what's the closest one?
14th Street.
14th Street. Okay. Well, I don't know if I'll do it today, but I will do it. I'm not sure my waistline needs more fried chicken today, but it does sound
We have
awfully.
rotisserie as well.
No, I'm a fried chicken. 71 years of eating fried chicken. I'm not changing now. Good luck to all of you. Thank you for having us.
So the name On Deck, as many of you know, has kind of the baseball baseball motif. But what it really means is more than the baseball, is that we're at the ready. We know that the small business owners every day are kind of up at the plate, and we're on deck there to support them in whatever they're trying to do to grow their business. So we wanted to present Mayor Bloomberg with this bat, which says, presented to the Honorable Mayor Michael Bloomberg, March 28th, 2013, on behalf of all the employees and team here at On Deck.
I can take this on Monday to both Citi Field and the Yankee Stadium. I'm going to be at both opening day.
That would be fantastic.
The Yankees have so many people on the injured reserve list. Maybe I'll get a chance to play. I don't know. Can I swing this like A-Rod? We'll find out. All the best.
We'll find it. Thank you so much.
Goodbye, everyone.